Nakamute pala. Okay, so if you're here to support the channel, please watch everything from start to finish. Don't skip this part where we prepare for the live stream. But if you're just here for the content, talon na kayo to the 10-minute mark. Hopefully you don't, because that will ruin watch time and that will not make this video as good. But still, from now until then, at the 10-minute mark, magpe-prepare lang tayo. So hope to see you then. Let's finish prepping. All right, welcome everybody. What's up, Christian, Nand, Ron, Caleb? Is that the deflated bird balloon? Yes, it is our very dear Sari Manok na deads na siya. Taga na siyang deads. We have about 5 minutes till we start our stream tonight. First of all, I want to say thank you for last night's stream. I think it did fairly well. It's our best performing live stream video. It now has about 4,000 views. To give you some perspective, we average about 40 views per live stream, and that's about 100 times better than what we normally do. So very happy and very proud for that. We did it finally. Sorry, comeback. Minsan ano yan, nabubuhay every so often. Depende kung may pasalubong. Yeah, I met my hours for February on Kumu. On YouTube, wala tayong quota. On YouTube, it's just totally up to us on how we manage our time here. If anything, more time here on YouTube means more time total because I still have hours to meet on Kumu. So, but I don't mind. I like it. Gusto ko yung nag-stream ako on both platforms. It allows me to exercise my brain in a specific way kasi magkaiba ang atake sa YouTube sa Kumu. Renly is in the house. Is Paolo here? Siyempre, uminom tayo ng tubig pero butas yung bibig natin. More people coming in here on TikTok as well. Thank you, Caleb, for that. How is everybody? We have 3 minutes till we start our stream. Today's stream is going to be, how do I say this? Not what you expect, I think. So hopefully you guys still don't hate me after we do the stream, because again, it's not what you expect. Either way, if you do hate me, please don't unsubscribe. Just remain subscribed. Don't watch the videos na lang. Pero please, remain subscribed. Hold on. Ano ulit yung pa-disclaimer natin? Our views don't reflect the views. Our views and opinions don't reflect Mac. Don't affect, are not of the management, something like that. The boy abunda disclaimer, essentially yun. Hey Mac, are you from? Wait, who Mac is this? I have several Mac friends. I have about 3 Mac friends, so it would be nice if this is one of them or a new Mac friend. Oh, okay. I remember the disclaimer. Actually, hindi ko naalala yung disclaimer. Caleb, can you please help me out here? Hindi ko maalala yung disclaimer natin. Good news. Visible na to. Visible na ang ang social media handles. Last night, it wasn't because white lahat. But now, it's much better. And I like it. I like that there are some words there and medyo purple na yung wall natin. It's a shout out, sabi ni Manny, sa Women's Month. So, happy Women's Month. Yun nga eh. Oh! Well, let's all welcome Mac. What's up, Mac? New here from Pangasinan. I wonder if you can hear my clap. Yan, naririnig naman. We're about to start the stream. 1 more minute. And then, let's go straight at it. I'll try to hit 45 minutes tonight, but it really depends on how we flow. At the bare minimum, magda 30 minutes tayo. We're gonna be watching a trailer. So, more on that in just a bit. So, welcome to chat, Mac. The views and opinions of the host do not reflect something management or the program, etc., etc. Just don't hate me, in short. We'll start very, very, very soon. All the links are open. Let's do this. So welcome everybody to today's stream. Today we're going to be watching a trailer. You guys seem to like it when I react to trailers. So why not react to this one, which I only really heard yesterday when I was reviewing comments, I'm sorry, I don't always reply to comments pagdating sa... I didn't realize you guys like commenting. Kahapon ko lang sinilip yung mga comments na hindi ko pa nare-replyan. Normally, I do that. But I honestly did not think that there would be comments to our past live streams. So, nung sumilip ako sa mga dating live streams, napansin ko, meron mga comments doon. One of them, actually, one of the more engaged live streams in the past was our Ako si Ninoy stream, right? The trailer reaction. And then a lot of people here said, I should react to the Martyr or Murderer by Daryl Yap. And of course, there are a bunch of haters here too. Diba? Lalangawin, Modern High Ace. Ito, this one's my favorite, by the way. Magtagalog ka na lang kasi utal-utal besh. I'll try my best. So, ang nireply ko sa kanya, kahit pag nagtatagalog ako, nauutal din ako. So, papaano na? You know me, chat. Medyo nauutal talaga ako pag nag-live stream. I think I have to find a way to slow down the way I think para nakakahabol yung pananalita ko. If I don't do that, I'll end up stuttering a lot. But yeah, thank you to Re. Thank you to Re for suggesting our content for today. We will be watching Martyr or Murderer. Yun ang magiging live stream natin today. Basically, we're gonna be watching it twice, okay? Twice. First, last time you only watch our trailers once, which kind of... Sir Mark, last time you only watched trailers once, which is kind of lame. Because then we don't really have a good attack or a good comment on the trailer. So now we're gonna do this twice. The first time we're gonna watch it is we're gonna have our first impressions, and then the second time we watch it, we are going to watch the trailer to see what we missed. So this trailer, Martyr or Murderer, let's watch it now. Comment as well, so that we all get to bash each other by the end of this video. Let's go.
Makinig ka, Aimee. Darating ang araw.
Oh my gosh. We open up with Ferdinand Marcos. Let's go.
Hahanapin din ako ng ating mga kababayan. Hahanapin
Totoo
nila
naman.
ako.
Totoo naman. Mahanapin ka talaga. Like today, right? We are all looking for
Pero
Ferdinand
hindi
Marcos.
nila ako makikita.
As everybody knew, he was very ambitious and he really wanted to be president.
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, si Isko ang cast dito as Ninoy Aquino.
Paano ka magiging presidente kung patay ka na?
Pwede ako mamatay. Kahit nasaan ako. Walang mapa ang mga demonyo.
Ang mga demonyo bang yan ay kaming dalawa ni Ferdinand?
Ba't ba nilalagay mo sa pedestal
Yes.
yung Marcos na yun? Senior natin siya, Noy. Di naman niya inagaw sa yung babae.
Oh, and then ito, sino actor to, chat? Subjects, sino actor to? Siya yung, if I'm not mistaken, yung mas batang Ninoy. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jerome Ponce. Thanks, Caleb.
Ang mga demonyo bang
Yeah, grabe ang sama ni Ninoy.
yan ay kaming dalawa ni Ferdinand?
Ba't ba nilalagay mo sa pedestal yung Marcos na yun? Senior natin siya, Noy. Di naman niya inagaw sa yung babae.
Sabi ng daddy ko, hindi pa tapos ang kasaysayan sa kanya. Kahit yun ang pinapalabas ng mga kalaban niya.
Ano bang pinapalabas nila?
Na siya ang nagpapatay kay Ninoy.
Di naman totoo yun eh. Na-expose nila dito si Ninoy, which I like. Till now, wala namang proof na si Marcos yung nagpapatay kay Ninoy. So, I'm very curious to see kung paano yung movie na to. Paano nila papakita paano nila i-expose si Ninoy for what seems to be a lie.
Umandat ang daming tao. Kung nangyayari yan sa Manila, ipinamumukha nilang nangyayari yan sa buong Pilipinas.
Kahit buong Maynila pa makipag-ibig,
exactly,
brainwash.
Ay hindi ang kabuuan.
Dahil pinagbibintangan nila kayo, ginagawa nila kayo ng kwento. Dapat malaman lahat ng tao yung katarantaduhan niya.
Aimee!
Exactly.
Especially its militant arm, the New People's Army, has been instrumental in many social changes in our country.
Nasasaktan ako. kapag sinasabihan ka nilang mamamatay tao.
Tama sila! Talagang mamamatay tao!
Ang sakit sa dibdib. Lahat ng sinasabi nila tungkol kay Daddy.
Gusto kong lumaban eh!
Yes.
Ayaw mo rin kita, Daddy.
We will always carry the flame that will burn until Marcos's return.
Let's go, Marcos.
Ako bilang Vice-Presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas!
Okay, so si BBM to na ang si Diego Loizaga naman. Redemption, baby.
Bongit,
Tingin ko, dinaya ako ni Lenny.
Shit. Pati yung pandaraya ni Lenny ma-expose dito. I love it. I love it. Alright, so we watched it for our first impressions. Let's watch it another time. I think it's gonna be an interesting watch. Let's now we saw what we saw the first time. Let's watch it again. G, para naman holistic yung tingin natin dito. Okay, G. Second run, comment away.
Makinig ka, Amy. Darating ang araw. Hahanapin din ako ng ating mga kababayan.
Yeah, man, hanapin ka talaga.
Hahanapin nila ako. Pero hindi nila ako makikita.
Because you ran, man.
as everybody
Nagtago
knew,
ka
he was
sa
very
Hawaii.
ambitious and he really wanted to be president.
Paano ka magiging presidente kung patay ka na?
Eh, pwede ako mamatay. Kahit nasaan ako. Walang mapa ang mga
Yeah, I
demonyo.
like it.
Ang mga demonyo
Sobrang tapang ni Ninoy dito.
bang yan ay kaming dalawa ni Ferdinand?
And I think to an extent that's true kasi in real life he did come home, 'di ba? Umuwi siya nang alam niyang pwede siyang mamatay. So basically sinasabi niya kahit saan man siya pwede siyang mamatay. So I like it. I like na pinakita nila na sobrang tapang ni Ninoy dito.
Mo sa pedestal yung Marcos na yun. Senior natin siya, Noy. Di naman niya inagaw sa yung babae.
Sabi ng daddy ko, hindi pa tapos ang kasaysayan sa kanya. Kahit yun ang pinapalabas ng mga kalaban niya.
Ano bang pinapalabas nila?
Na siya ang nagpapatay kay Ninoy.
Ano naman, Dad? Ang daming tao. Kung nangyayari yan sa Manila,
Whether that's true or not, we celebrated his death and it started a lot of change.
ipinamumukha nilang nangyayari sa buong Pilipinas.
Kahit buong Maynila pa makipaglibing, ang nararamdaman ng ilan ay hindi ang kabuuan.
That's not true. Did you see so much daming tao? I wonder what the number is for the libing. I'm pretty sure at this point everybody legitimately thought that Ninoy did well at mali yung pamamatay sa kanya.
Kahit buong Maynila pa makipaglibing, ang nararamdaman ng ilan ay hindi ang kabuuan.
Dad, pinagbibintangan nila kayo, ginagawa nila kayo ng kwento. Dapat malaman lahat ng tao yung katarantaduhan niya.
Jaime!
The National Democratic Front, especially its militant arm, the New People's Army, has been instrumental in many social changes in our country.
That is a bad clip.
Army has been instrumental
Kasi parang pinagbumukha nila na sobrang pro-NPA si Ninoy.
in many social
And
changes
that's it. It's very one-sided.
in our country.
Nasasaktan ako kapag sinasabihan ka nilang mamamatay tao.
Tama sila! Talagang mamamatay tao!
Ang sakit sa dibdib. Lahat ng sinasabi nila tungkol kay Daddy.
Hang on, Sir Mark. Hang on.
Lumaban eh!
So parang sinasabi nila, ito yung redemption arc ni BBM kasi masama yung sinasabi nila tungkol kay Ferdinand. That's true anyway. And then, kaya siya tumakbo.
We will always carry the flame that will burn until Marcos's return.
Tatakbo ako bilang Vice-Presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas!
And he lost. That's why he had to cheat, right? His way to win the presidency the next time around. Then ito yung tatawag, dinaya.
Bongit.
Okay, so now we have to debunk that for a bit. I think basic logic here will tell us na how exactly dinaya the same system that elected Duterte, which is against Lenny's side during the vice presidency, her run as vice president, is the same system that elected Lenny. So the logic doesn't quite flow there. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm not sure if you quite caught it, but we did watch it twice. And the first time, nag-react ako with a different disposition. The first time I watched it with the pro-Marcos perspective. And the second time, I watched it with the pro-Aquino perspective. And this is exactly how we're expected to perceive the film. Kung pro-Marcos ka, magiging sympathetic ka when you watch the film. And kung pro-Aquino ka naman, di mo magugustahan yung pelikula. That's exactly how they want us to perceive the film. So how did you feel when I watched it the first time? Pag nanonood ka, let's say na-archive na yung video na to, it's no longer a live stream. Nung first time ko mag-comment, ano yung nararamdaman mo nung pro-Marcos yung mga sinasabi ko? And then how did you feel when I made pro-Aquino comments? Nag-iba ba each time yung tingin mo sa akin? I mean, I'm wearing red, yellow doon. So that's just a happy coincidence. So you see there's a little problem there, right? And more importantly, apart from how they expect us to perceive yung mga movies na lumalabas lately, more on that later, they expect us to behave the exact same way outside of the cinema. Most of the time when we're talking about politics, we tend to talk past each other. So kung di kayo familiar sa term na talking past each other, it's an English phrase describing a situation where two or more people talk about different subjects while believing they're talking about the same thing. So may opinion ako, may opinion ka, nag-uusap tayo, and in our heads, we're listening to the other person, but in reality, we just can't wait for them. We're just waiting for them to finish para sabihin natin kung ano yung gusto nating sabihin. So again, pagdating sa politics, we kind of do talk past each other. Meron na tayong sariling opinion na pinaglalaban natin. So now the question is, ano na, di ba? How are we, if we really truly want the other person to change, paano mo iibahin yung pag-iisip ng ibang tao? It's a long process, but I think the short answer here is you empathize. Alamin mo saan sila nanggagaling, di ba? Bakit ba sila inis na inis kay Ninoy? Ba't sila inis kay Marcos? And then zoom out a bit. Zoom out a bit because you already are talking past each other. So you already have opinions you're ready to die for. Right? Whether you're pro-Marcos, you're pro-Aquino, zoom out. If you really want to truly change the perspective of the other person, realize that dalawa lang ba yung sides dito talaga? Talaga bang kayo yung magkaaway? Or mas madali lang ba pumili ng pwedeng iboto if there are only two sides and they make us believe there are two sides? Is it really right versus wrong? Because for some people, tama si Marcos. For some people, mali siya. And then vice versa for Aquino. Is it really red versus yellow? Ano yung kanta na yun? Yung Tatsulok? Yung hindi pula't dilaw ang tunay na mag-aaway. Something like that, right? So, you see, depending on how we perceive this movie, kung ano yung predispositions natin, will be our opinion of the movie at the onset. I'm not saying we go watch this movie and panoorin natin to open-minded. Sure, you can do that if you want, but I think we're missing the point. The point here is that we're really pitted against each other. There's Team Yellow, Team Red, Team Aquino, Team Marcos, right versus wrong. But we have to think beyond that. We have to learn how to empathize, learn how to talk to each other with a diplomatic sense, na hindi lang natin iniintay yung isa na tumigil magsalita and then raratratan natin ang opinions natin. There's no actual conversation happening there. So you think about it for a bit. Think about what truly is happening, and then when you have, force yourself to second guess what you're thinking. Whether you're pro Aquino or pro Marcos, whether you've picked a side, force yourself to think for a bit there. And then suriin mo saan nanggagaling yung information mo. Facebook, TikTok, random influencers on the internet na sobrang daming likes ng video nila. You'll probably think na totoo yung sinasabi nito, meron ng 10,000 likes eh. Diba? You think and you find where you're getting your information from. Or are you getting your sources or your information from people who have dedicated their entire lives to history? Professionals. I think especially at this day and age, ang laki ng disregard natin against professionals. Just because nilabel sila as dilawan o nilabel sila as Marcos apologist, professionals are now easily disregarded despite the fact that they have spent tens of thousands of hours more than you ever have studying the thing you think you believe. So we have to think about that for a bit, right? Talaga bang when these professionals talk, are they really biased because we've labeled them to be biased? Or yung mga sinasabi lang ba na mga historians, people who have released journal articles about history, peer-reviewed studies, and then mga internationally recognized across the board na information about history, are we nililabel lang ba natin sila as biased? Or is it just that iba yung opinion nila or yung view nila sa opinion natin and we're just forced to fight for our own? Let's not forget as well that in this political climate, sobrang rocky, right? Sobrang rocky nang nangyayari ngayon and nag-aaway ang lahat. And now we're being forced to think na dalawa lang talaga yung perspective. So huwag kayong magulat because the films are coming out one after the other. Think bigger here. First, there was Made in Malacanang, and then lumapan si Katips. Ngayon naman, nauna si Ako si Ninoy, and then ngayon naman may Martyr or Murderer. It's gonna go on with this kind of rocky climate. So, I'm not saying you let go of whatever perspective you have right now. I'm not saying kung pro Aquino ka, maging pro Marcos ka na, or pagbigin mo yung pro Marcos, vice versa. I'm not saying kung naniniwala ka sa mga pinagagagawa ng mga Marcos, mag-isip ka dahil tama si Aquino. I'm asking us to widen our perspective and talk to each other some more. Understand where they're coming from. Baka naman galit na galit sila kay Marcos dahil it's been proven na pumapatay talaga siya ng tao, na marami talagang extrajudicial killings. Baka naman galit sila kay Aquino kasi nung si Cory na yung tumungtong, wala naman talagang changes na nangyari. And so now, instead of remembering na pinaglaban nila si Ninoy, ang naaalala lang nila yung failures ni Cory, or even to a certain extent, yung failures ni Pinoy. Diba? So, empathize. I think that's the message I want to bring here. And that's why I said, I hope you don't hate me. Because I did review the movie with the perspective first of somebody who's pro Marcos, and then another time na pro Aquino. It depends. And you will hate another person at the onset. It's natural kung kasalungat ng perspective mo yung perspective nila. But again, in this kind of political climate, now more than ever, let's remember na dapat bati-bati tayong lahat, and we're actually against a common enemy. It's easier to divide us. It's easier to rule us kung divided into two tayo parati. Well, to a certain extent, that is true. Viva produced ang Martyr at Made in Malacanang. I like this, Paolo. I thought about this too. Who's producing all these things, right? What are their agenda? Yeah, sure. Ang nagproduce lantaran ng Marcos Films, ng Pro Marcos Films, Viva, backed by if I'm not mistaken, Aimee, diba? Aimee Marcos. But who do you think is backing up the other side? Or I mean, independent films, yeah. But what are their agenda also? Isn't the agenda very opposite each time? You watch the Katips film, who's the bad guy? You watch Made in Malacanang. I'm not saying again. You know where my political colors are. You know what they are. I'm very, very, very anti-Marcos. So I'm really the focus of this stream is really trying to unite the divide and empathize with each other, because it's not gonna end. You think if you talk to somebody right now na pro Marcos or pro Aquino and you're the opposite view, maiba mo yung isip nila? If you just tell each other, ito yung ginawa ni Marcos, ito yung ginawa ni Ninoy, it's not gonna happen, man. And I think to a certain extent, that's what happened during the latest elections. We were so focused on destroying the enemy that we forgot who the real enemy is. And it's crazy. It's crazy because we're just going downhill from here. Walang sense of empathy from both sides because it got violent really fast. In the sense na hindi, bobo kayo, di ba kayo marunong magbasa? And then we start name calling, it's a complete disaster. I don't know, maybe this is the solution. Empathy, I don't know yet, but I think if there's one thing that's very empathetic, or who's taking the empathetic route, Lenny with the Angat Buhay Foundation, that is just bucket loads of empathy. Yung atake niya ngayon is true change by action. Will it work? Well, the bad guys are also pretty strong, depending on who you see the bad guys are. Opposition na lang. The opposing side is also pretty strong with all these mega-produced films. So, I don't know really. I don't know why I even decided to talk about this stream in this way. Maybe because nagugustuhan nyo yung mga trailer reviews, and so it's clickbait in a way to show you na, yup, jokes on you. Actually, this is me trying to tell you to open up your mind. What are the comments here? The Aquinos did not produce Katips. Yeah, I do agree, but I do agree there. But yun na nga eh. Okay, so who produced the other side, and why do we keep coming up with films there as well? What's their agenda? Kasi kung kasi mga Filipino pagdating sa mga perspective eh. Lots of Filipinos, kung ano pinaniniwalaan nila, dun sila mag-stick. That's true for both sides. I just want to make that clear. You will... I can say very certainly that you will never change my mind about Marcos. But that's exactly the same kind of thinking any pro-Marcos will have too. So how, diba? How? What's the trick? What's the trick to unification? I think it's empathy. Yeah, I think we will be I don't think walang problem, but we will be one step closer to solving the problem if we're willing to see the other perspective and go beyond initial impressions. Go beyond, ito yung movie na to. Pinortray nila si ganito as masama or si Ninoy as masama, 'di ba? But and then isipin mo, ay bakit ganun? Hindi naman nila dapat ginawa yun. Based on history, ganito ganyan. Based on professionals, ganito ganyan. Sabi ng historians, tama naman si Ninoy. I think that's layer 1. Layer 2 is understanding why. Bakit ganun nila pinortray? Ano yung balak nila? Ano yung gusto nilang iparating sa lahat ng mga nanonood? How do they want us to behave outside of the cinema? How do they want us to feel emotionally? Do they just want us to be angry? Do they want us to actually sympathize? Are they just trolling us? Because sometimes it kind of feels like they are. Alala ko sobrang daming nagalit nung I think there was a scene in Made in Malacanang na nagmamajong lang yung mga madre. They're gambling, right? If I'm not mistaken. So kumbaga, don't forget, also the director, si Daryl Yap, has a background of polarizing and stirring the pot. So, may ganun din, 'di ba? It's meant to incite emotions from you. So, you be aware of that. Ano yung mga nararamdaman mo every time these things are shown on film? Observe and then process. Sobrang wild ngayon ng away. In fact, one of the sillier things lately is ano yung sinasabi ng mga pro-Lenny? Tama na ang good guys. Oras na para makipagbakbakan. Give them their own medicine. What the hell happened to empathy? 'Di ba? Tama na magiging mabait. Ano na, let's fight them with their own kind of war or let's fight the way they fight. Bastusan na pala eh. Wala na akong pake. It'll never work, chat. It's just not the way to do it. And then there's that too, si Ron, tama si Ron, napapansin ng karamihan na sa Made in Malacanang pati sa Martyr or Murder, parang bidang-bida si Amy Marcos. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they even make look BBM not as competent as Amy. Mukhang si Amy pa yung mas magaling talaga kay BBM. So even then, may problema. So you get the idea. You get the idea, chat. It's turbulent times talaga ngayon. So we open up. I see the comments. I see the comments firsthand. Pag nagpo-post ako ng anti-BBM, pag nagpo-post ako ng reaction ko to a pro-Ninoy film, the comments they're just ridiculous. Comments nila, lalangawin yung film na yan, referring to ako si Ninoy. And then they make comments about the film, and then they start bashing me, and then kumbaga all over the place na tayo. That's exactly what they want. Na hindi tayo mag-unite, hindi natin gamitin to, right? Hindi natin gamitin to, parang iisipin lang natin, ano ka ba? Yellow team, red team, good guys, bad guys. And in that way, we'll never really elect the right person for the job. Whether we miss out on that person kasi hindi siya na-elect and dapat siya yung nanalo, we think dapat siya yung mas magiging magaling for the job. We're in a very problematic situation. Yeah, no doubt, Paolo, sobrang daming issues ng Marcoses. Unresolved issues, massacres, extrajudicial killings, corruption, proven corruption in many courts. But you could, this is, okay, I don't know the answer. Hindi ko rin alam kung paano ito sasagutin, ha? Pero pwede mong sabihin lahat yan to an individual na pro Marcos, and they will never hear you out because you're talking past each other. They're just gonna spit out facts against you too. Facts that they think are correct. Diba? Sasabihin nila, okay. May nalibing, may si Tommy Manotok na nawala na lang bigla, yung pinasunog sa Harrison Plaza. si Imelda na si Tommy ang malas in their family. You can tell them all of that, and then they're just gonna say every single thing they think is true on the opposing side. So it's a tricky one, the situation we're in, because we're very, very divided now more than ever. Yun pa, 'di ba? Sa CCP, I think may headline dyan, my newspaper. And then there are pictures even, medyo gruesome. Google at your own risk. But you guys get it, right? I hope you get it. The problem is not so much which side is correct at this point. The problem is how can we come together? Because we've already picked a side. All of us have. There are very, very few na in-betweeners. There are very, very few who will go from anti-Marcos to pro-Marcos, or pro-Aquino to anti-Aquino. There are very few of them. But the majority is already dedicated to whoever side they chose. So, what's the deal, diba? How do we work on this? Because if we keep approaching it the same way, the elections are just gonna repeat themselves. The same winners are just gonna win. I get it, Ron. Mag-move on. Isa pa yun, di ba? Yung kumbaga, ang dami. Favorite ko yun, actually. Kasabihin mo, ang daming nangyayari. Facts. May pruweba. May evidence. Ito yung ginawa ng mga Marcos, etc., etc. And then bigla na lang, after all the evidence you say, mag-move on ka na lang kaya. 30 years ago na yun eh. You get where this is going. So yeah, let's end this live stream on a positive note by just sticking to empathy. Whenever we talk to somebody, we know who has the opposing view. You listen. I think mas maganda yon than talking. Because now you're trying to understand kung saan sila nanggagaling. You're no longer just waiting for them to stop talking so that you could throw your one-liners. Yeah, medyo nakakapagod pag-usapan, no? Kasi paulit-ulit eh. Pero it's worth noting because a lot of us are stuck with this kind of, or are stuck in this kind of loop. Alam niyo yung saying na you're stuck in a rut? Alam niyo yung pagkalabaw, paikot-ikot lang? You're stuck in a rut? Yan, ganun na lang tayo. And it's repeating itself. And they're loving it. They're loving it. That's why they're coming out with films left and right, going against each other. And it gets tiring. And when we all tire out in the end, and we all become neutral because we've given up. The saying goes, diba? Neutrality favors the oppressor. So kung sino talaga yung masama, sila talaga yung mananalo in the end. I did mention this earlier. When you've really thought about it, kapag nasa isip mo na kung sino talaga, kung ansan talaga nanggagaling yung tao or yung kinakausap mo, lalo na kung opposing yung side nila, fact check yourself. Saan nanggagaling yung information mo? Nanggagaling ba to sa influencer na may 20,000 likes kaya parang mukhang totoo yung sinasabi niya? O nanggagaling ba to sa historian na buong buhay niya nang inaral to pero meron lang siyang 100 likes kasi hindi ganun kasikat, boring yung pinag-uusapan niya, hindi ganun ka-controversial yung mga sinasabi niya, walang hype words, napaka-plain lang, napaka-boring, straight from the journal. Diba? We have to be more attuned to those kinds of things. It works both ways, by the way. Sometimes mayroon tayong mga influencers who talk about, who are very pro-Marco, pro-Aquino, pro-Lenny. And then they use the same kinds of tactics the other side uses. Diba? It's just all gonna divide us more in the end. Yeah. Hi sa 31 viewers natin ngayon. Thank you, by the way, for supporting last night's live stream. Pinag-usapan natin kagabi si Liza Soberano. I did try my best to give an opinion that is very holistic and covers both sides. but I want to set the record straight. As a creator, and I think I do have to stand by this from now on, unless sobrang mali lang talaga. From now on, if there's a right or kung may tama yung creator, I will always side with the creator. And siding with management or the bigger guys, I think goes against my own ambitions and aspirations as a creator. Anyway, sana nagustuhan nyo tong stream. We've already reached 45 minutes. I'll see you again on Monday. Before we leave, sino mga naan dito? Press 1 sa mga naan dito para lang ma-shoutout naman kayo. Para makilala ko kayo. Si Paolo, si Renly, si Caleb, si Vince, si mga nag-uusap dito. Pero papaano naman yung 25 na naan dito rin? Press 1 please. Baka naman bots lang to. Baka naman troll viewers. Alright, Caleb is here. Paolo is here. Sino pang mga naan dito? I'll be jumping over to Kumu in just a bit. Yon, si Doe andito. Doe Looms. Welcome to the stream. Renly is also here. Please keep supporting our videos. I'll try my best to make it very nice each time. And susubukan ko rin magsalita ng Taglish parate. Alam kong hindi ako ganun kahasa pag nagsasalita ng Filipino. But I think with the kind of messages we want to get across, gusto natin na nagkakaintindihan talaga tayo. Kasi minsan ganun yung problema, di ba? English ako ng English, galit na galit kayo, pero yung pala, hindi rin tayo nagkakaintindihan dahil iba yung pananalita natin. Oo nga, sino 29 na naan dito? Baka nahihiya siguro yung iba. Anyway, I'm jumping over to Kumu. See you on Monday. If you didn't watch this entire video or kung late kayo nakapasok, please watch the entire thing. I will definitely appreciate it. Makakatulong siya sa growth ng channel natin. And that means we're able to produce better content. Because now there's so much pressure on us to keep doing good. Thank you so much for tonight. Thank you so much, chat. Maybe on Monday, sana mag-pray tayo na over the weekend, may controversial issue na lumabas para may masarap tayong pag-uusapan on Monday. Or maybe not. Maybe just wish for better topics to come across to go viral para yun yung mga pag-uusapan natin on Monday. Not yet monetized. That's why I need your help. Yeah, thank you again so much. Ang daming taong naandito. I wish I could say hi to everyone, pero there is no way for me to see who's here at the moment. Anyway, please watch the entire video kung late kayo nakapasok. 45 minutes lang naman. You could play it while you're pooping or while you're doing something else. First time na shoutout sa buhay ko. Huwag kang mag-alala. Until now, hindi pa rin ako sanay mag-shoutout. Parang feeling ko naman para mag-shoutout eh. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye. See you on Monday. And I'll see you on Kumu also. I upload TikToks every day also. So if you want to talk to me there, you can talk to me in the comments. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye, chat. See you tomorrow. Kanina pa ako nagbababay. Thank you so much for this one. Bye, Paolo. Bye, Caleb. 48 minutes na tayo nagsistream, Paolo. Ang bilis ng oras, no? Kapag chismis at issue talaga pinag-uusapan eh. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo magsalita. Bye, Caleb. Bye, Vince. Bye, Aaron. Bye, Dao. Bye, Renly and Paolo. Thank you so much for always being in the streams. Also, Caleb, of course. See you.